Hello, I'm back again with another Avenger. This time I'm taking a look at Ultimate Captain America. On top of my goal of trying to amass a large Spider-Man figure collection, I'd also like to have a comic-styled Avengers team, and so far I think the collection's gone pretty well. This year happened to be the release of an Ultimate Captain America figure. I see no reason why I would have to ever get another Captain America. This looks like it'll be perfect, so I'm excited to get this one open and stand him next to my other figures. So this is Cap out of the box, and with his accessories, he comes with 2 extra hands that are both of a fist, his shield, an alternate face, and a Build-A-Figure part for Puff Adder. I don't know who that is, I don't care for these pieces. Captain America though in person feels amazing. Immediately texture-wise, he's very different from any of the other figures that I've acquired. Next to my trusty Spider-Man figure, you can see that the smoothness of him is gone. He's got a really cool texture for his upper torso, and the material feels different to that glossy style that's used for the Iron Man figure. It is a really nice detailed sculpt. I'm really impressed with this. I didn't realize that Hasbro Legends figures could look like this. He does not have his regular feather look over his ear, so it's not like 100% exactly what Cap would look like, but this is accurate to how he looks in the Ultimate Comics. Some of that white does peer through some of the gaps in that little detail there though, which is a little unfortunate. It looks really solid under the shoulder part here though with the grey. Like, it doesn't look like too much of that is meshing over. Articulation is pretty standard for all of these types of figures. His head can rotate up and down. It's really tight, but his head can rotate. He's got that shoulder movement, he's got some rotates. His arms can do that really cool bend where it goes all the way up to his head there. He's got some rotates in his gloves. The glove, which I discovered from the Hobgoblin figure, is actually its own separate piece. I think it's really cool that parts like this will be molded separately. It gives it that extra detail. His hands feel pretty good, like they could hold stuff, but they're also really soft and rubbery, which means they could very easily hold on to some things. I wish other figures that actually had accessories to hold would also utilize the rubbery hands. He's got his military belt down there. I can tell that there's a canteen. It looks really sweet. Doesn't feel like it could come off though, but it does feel like it is molded separately. Same articulation as other figures for his legs and his knees there too. He's really stylish. Camera can only just barely pick it up, but even his arms have a different detail to his upper chest there. It's even different to his lower chest. Being that this is my first Captain America figure, accessory-wise, I was really excited to see how the shield is made. It's nice, it's a pretty solid enough plastic, but I'm a little disappointed at how weirdly toy-like it kind of feels. It feels pretty cheap. I think it's the same material that they use for the Iron Man figure, who I was also pretty surprised and disappointed with. But I'm only disappointed in the sense of, like, I didn't know how these were made originally. Not disappointed in the sense that it's bad. This here is the latch that acts as a way to wrap around his wrist, but also attached into his back. You can see that it's already kind of being stretched out there. It's pretty loose fitting in there as well. It kind of looks like that's like a glue spot, and maybe this wasn't supposed to be able to come out, but mine ended up falling out pretty easily. But it's cool though. The peg here goes into the hole in his back, and so now he's displayed with his shield kind of put away. Removing it from his back and just rotating it over onto its side now means that it can attach onto his wrist, and I just assumed that it went there, and now he's kind of ready for action. His wrist is the skinniest part that it could possibly wrap around on. The rest of his arm is way too thick, so hopefully it doesn't like damage itself by staying like this for a couple of years. Zooming in on his face, he's got some weird marks on his lips and his nose area. Are action figures supposed to have stuff like this? He also includes a pair of fists, one for his left hand and one for his right. They're nice inclusions. I'll never really complain about getting extra hands, but fists aren't something spectacular. Me personally, I kind of wish he had like a saluting hand maybe. And he also includes a really angry expression, which is cool and it looks really nice, but I think I would have preferred if there was an unmasked Steve Rogers face instead. I prefer to get the alternate identities rather than the alternate expressions personally. This Puff Adder head is actually pretty cool. For a character that I know nothing about, it looks really well designed. Is it enough to make me consider going out and getting all the other figures to build him? Probably not, but I can at least appreciate its design. So that's Hasbro's Ultimate Captain America figure. I'm pretty satisfied with it. I wish the accessories were a little bit better though. A saluting hand and a Steve Rogers head would have gone further than another fist and like an angry expression. That's just me. It's nice to learn a thing or two about the quality of the shields. I didn't think that they'd be like that, but that's fine. Here he is next to all of my other Avenger type characters. It's coming along pretty nicely. I just need like a Thor. I really want to get like a Wolverine as well. A grouping of the Fantastic Four and Daredevil would also be great. Then I could probably stop. But until then, I'm gonna keep searching.